Hello, Assalamu alaikum. I'm Ashik Mohammed Mustafa. So you can introduce yourself first.
Walaikum Assalam Rahmatullah. I'm Abdul Razak from University of Dhaka. I have completed my BBA MBA major in accounting and information systems. Please uh, ask your question.
Yes, that's good. So now I'm going to ask some questions about audit measures. So if you're ready now.
Yes, yes.
So the first question, how COVID-19 will affect audit fees?
Uh, Actually, we know from the previous 2 years in whole world, COVID-19 has effect so much in financial and all sectors. So audit sectors have also affected by this pandemic. Audit fees, actually at first we have to know, audit firms are price takers, not price setters.
Yes,
If any firm will go to for audit, they will not consider their audit fees, because if they consider audit fees, the quality of audit report will be low. So it will be a big impact of company's financial reports, because some relevant things like for manufacturing companies, inventory obsolescence, impairment losses, expected credit losses, and going concern. This is the reality. That's why audit fees will not compromise. But if they will compromise audit fees, their quality of audit will be low. Yes. The next question is.
that was a good answer. So the second question will be, how COVID-19 will affect auditors' going concern, issues, and judgments?
Yes. Yeah, it is the most important concern for an auditor to know the risks of going concern, for a company or for an entity. Actually, you have to know the principle of going concern at first. This is the fundamental principle of accounting. You know that according the assets and liabilities of any entity, basis that the entity will have to be realized that its asset and discharges its liabilities in the normal course of business. If any company cannot afford its assets to pay his liabilities in exactly at least 1 year, that will be make trade of going concern. At first, as COVID-19 has destruct so many financial or any organization, and we have already known many companies that will previously was existing, but for the pandemic now there is not any existence. So before going to audit of a company, auditors or auditor firm must have to know the going concern assumption.
Yes.
Actually, here the COVID-19 has significantly disrupted the business operation and economic activity, and that will make headache for the audit firm to know the going concern activities of any firm or entity. I will give some example to know or measure the going concern under COVID-19. At first, the auditors identify the principal risks and uncertainties of business caused by pandemic, like liquidity and solvency. Then revise the budget before they had made for their company, and update the forecast. What is the forecast about sales, gross margins, etc. So before going to audit, they have to consider these matters for going concern. Next question.
That was a very realistic answer. So the third question for you will be, which process COVID-19 will affect audit human resources?
Actually, audit is not a simple task. This is a combined or complicated task, and here so many human body as related in every aspect or every activities. When any auditor try to maintain his standard or make a good report, they have huge human resource need. But human
Yeah.
resource, for the reason of COVID-19, they will not accumulate it in a one place because social distancing is a most important thing here. But for the technological benefit, we can easily connect it with them in any remote corner of the world, and they will help by their activities. But we know HR audit can keep an organization out of travel and quantity of result of the HR functions. Well-designed HR audit usually have two major components. Actually, one is HR compliance review, and second is HR capability assessment. So, if the audit firm or audit body they will engage a huge amount of HR public or resources, the audit fees will be go high, and this will be a good audit report as well as it's okay. The next question is,
Okay, so now can you tell me in which way COVID-19 will affect audit measures process?
yes, it's not a single question. It's a couple of questions here that
Yes,
how it will affect the audit measurement process. Yeah, is this the question?
The question is in which way COVID-19 will affect audit measures process?
Yes, at first the audit measure process had some part. And number first, auditor measure the risk of the entity and collect the
Yes,
evidence
good
and
point.
document, and then they accumulate all the important or adequate source of evidence, and they compare with the standard, and they will make a report. But here the hindrance is the COVID-19. So actually, before the COVID-19, this process was so smooth and it was so much easy. But now they have to think another way, that how can it be easy in this situation. I will give some suggestion or some activities that will make easy for the processes. Number one is they have to consider the client and firm relationship, client acceptance and continuance, and client continuous and retention, and the effect of COVID-19 in their procedure or measurement. Actually, at first, when they measure the activities like assets, liabilities, or anything else, they have to procedure new things. How much they will get loss or measure loss market, significant deterioration in value of current assets like inventory or foreign exchange fluctuations or counterparty credit checks. This is the so much important things to measure the process. Next question is,
So now can you tell me when it will affect audit employees' remuneration?
yes. Your first question and this question is so much related. Audit employees' remuneration is fully dependent on their task.
Yes.
Actually, when auditor and the client become in contact, they have set a remuneration for their task or audit report. And if any unknown situation or if any another uneasy situation comes, so it will not affect the remuneration. But as they are much not effort, people are they are remote areas, and there is social distancing importance, so their remuneration will be same before COVID-19, but it will be low for their allowances of lunches or any breakfast or any faced, that will be decreased, but remuneration will be same. Next question is,
Yes, that was a good answer. So now can you tell me, is this action effective for anti-fraud?
actually audit. We know that audit is not to detect the fraud. This is
Yes,
the pre-measurement of not to be held in fraud.
yes,
It is no, we know one statement is auditor is only a watchdog, not a blood hunt.
yes.
Actually, this is not for auditor to detect any fraud. They will make ensure what is the activities is done by the company. This is significant, or this is similar with the laws or IS or IFRS. Next question is,
Okay, so now can you tell me the effect before COVID-19 and after COVID-19?
yes, yes, this is the so much important question.
Yes.
Uh, its effect or impact of COVID-19 in audit. Yes, this is the
And
question.
before and after COVID-19, the effect of audit.
Uh, yes,
Yes.
actually, in first, COVID-19 was came in our world in 2019 at December last. But in our country, it was held in March 2020. From this March and now 2022, we have seen so much situation. And but in audit sector, most of the 6 months we remain in our house and active and made our works by in network. So it's not only audit sector, it's in overall all sector, in social, in financial or political, every sector audit. COVID-19 has a huge impact, you know. But as this is the audit course and audit related question, so I will only show you the impact of COVID-19 in before and after the COVID-19, even the after of audit firm or audit related aspects. When planning the audit, communicating is also very important. It was also important in before and now after the COVID-19. But communication will be not in physically. This will be on by networking system or another else.
Online.
This is the same. And one researcher, he was Arnold from Australia, 2020, he has made an article on this effect. Auditors should have also discussion with the management and charge with the governance about how they have assessed the impact of the pandemic on the business. That will evaluated by there. And supervision of important factor is also important now because things are changing.
Yeah.
And the second thing is internal controls. Internal controls is also so much important for auditor. If the management cannot ensure internal controls, they will not get exact result from the auditor, and auditor will not get the exact report. So internal control before the pandemic, it was easy, but now it's so much challenging because people are scattered and they cannot accumulate it in one place. So internal control will be so much enforceable. And the third is professionally we can accept audit in various processes like revenue process. How can it will be identified and how it will be separate from performance obligation. That will also help auditor before audit, before COVID-19 and after COVID-19, it will be the same. And actually, whole the thing of COVID-19 have changed the whole world with the auditor sectors also. The critical audit matter is any matter arising from the audit of the financial statement that has been communicated or is required to be communicated audit committees. So while COVID-19 in and itself or going concern uncertainty would not necessarily meet the definition of CAM. So clients should be very important, very much conscious about COVID-19 things, and with their regards, COVID-19 things, all the activities, all the aspects will also change. So this is the summary of impact of COVID-19 in audit and other sides. Any
That was
question?
a very
Yes.
on-point question. So the last question,
Yes.
the overall impact of COVID-19. Can you explain it in short?
Yes, overall impact, it will be so huge answer, but I will give
You
you
can
some
explain it in short. Yes.
in short. Actually, COVID-19 has changed our daily activities, our norms of daily life, you know.
Yes, yes.
Actually, as it has killed so much human beings in whole world, so people are trying to save their lives from this pandemic, and our daily activities has already changed. Our the mode of savings that people already saved in future needs, they have also spent this, and their social and financial and anything another aspects have already changed. So we have to think and rethink what will our future, and we have to also think any financial crisis or any crisis that come from uncertainty that will make our life so much hard. So COVID-19 has already met us. So in financial sector, we can easily say economically, socially, and physically, it has a global impact. And audit environment has been no exceptions. That also impact on audit sector. Operational changes, remote procedures, and new risks associated with the coronavirus pandemic, you know. And however, auditors must continue to comply with the required auditing standards. Amid all the worldwide changes, auditors have to make adjustments to their audit strategies to navigate how to maintain an efficient and effective audit. But there will be some lackness. It's easy. It's normal. Due to the control environment being affected, it has been more important than ever for auditors to have an understanding of the control changes. It is still unclear that the future holds in terms of the pandemic and its effect to our everyday lives. However, despite all the impacts and uncertainty, auditors are continuing to navigate this effect and are adjusting well this new life as we know it. That's the answer, I know.
Uh, that should be all. Thank you so much, Rachak bhai, for your precious time. You gave some really realistic answers which I can work on. So these were all my questions. Thank you so much. We can
Yes,
stop it here.
yes, yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.